morning to one and all. This is Dr. K. Pushpa Rani. Today we are going to discuss about pseudocode for expressing an algorithms. So in the last video we already discussed about what is meant by pseudocode. So algorithm is represented by using two ways. One way is pseudocode. Another way is flowchart. So these are the two representations for the algorithm. So one is a pseudocode, another one is a flowchart. What is the meaning of pseudocode means? So the statements or a given problem can be represented in the form of English language as well as some syntactic rules we are going to follow for representing the problem statement. So before writing the pseudocode for the given problem statement, we need to follow some rules and regulations. So what are the rules we have to follow for expressing an algorithm in the form of pseudocode, and we'll discuss some examples based on the pseudocode. So there are some 13 rules are there for expressing an algorithm in the form of pseudocode. The first one is algorithm is a procedure. That means it is a function that consisting of header and body. So the header consisting of what is the first keyword start with algorithm, second keyword is name of the procedure or it is the name of the algorithm. Suppose I want to perform addition of two numbers, I have to represent it as a algorithm space add. Here add is the name of the algorithm and you have to take the parameters. For addition of two numbers we need two parameters like a comma b. Each parameter is separated with the comma operator. This is called as a algorithm heading. What the heading consisting of? Algorithm, that is the keyword, and name of the procedure means name of the algorithm and parameters. You can take any number of parameters, but each parameter is separated with the comma operator. A comma B comma C, any number of parameters you are going to consider. This is called as the heading. Second one is the body. So what the body consisting of means the statements which is written inside the procedure is called as a body of the statement. For example, if you want to take addition of two numbers, what are the parameters that are required into C? C equal to A plus B. These statements are called as a body. These statements are called as a body of the statements. Coming to the second rule, the beginning and end of the block should be indicated by using the flower braces, opening brace as well as the closing brace. The statements which are written inside the body must be enclosed in the parenthesis. That is the opening parenthesis and the corresponding closing parenthesis. If it is a single statement, so there is no need of any opening and closing braces. If there are compound statement, like a compound statement means more than one statement is written inside the body, each statement is written within the flower braces. That is the step number 2, or it is the second rule or second convention. Third one is a delimiters. So there is a statements are written inside the body. Every statement is ended with the semicolon. This semicolon is called as a delimiter. So into C semicolon, C equal to A plus B semicolon. Whatever the statements that is written inside the body must be ended with the delimiters. That is rule number 3. Next. So there is a comments are also supported in the case of the pseudocode. That comments may be written either a single line comment or it is a multi-line comment. The single line comment start with the 2 forward slashes. So this must be written at the beginning of the statement or the beginning of the program, or it is a algorithm. So single line comment start with the 2 slashes. There is no ending line for the single line comment. This single line, why we need to write the comment line? For understanding what the program is. Without checking the internal details of the program, with the help of single line comment, we can understand what the corresponding algorithm is. So that is also supported in the case of algorithm. Next, coming to rule number 5, the identifier should begin with the letter, that is A. Then 1, 2, 3. So that must be begin with a letter but not the digit. That means suppose you can write 1, 2, 3, A. It is not the correct identifier because the identifier start with the letter. After that it can contains any number of digits, any number of alphabets is to be followed. But first letter of the identifier should be a number digit, it is a alphabet but not a digit. Next, we can use assignment operator also. Assignment operator means assigning the value to the variable. A equal to 10. That is 10 is a value and A is a variable. This means assignment means 10 is assigned to A. We can use assignment operator for the assigning the value to the variable. What is the syntax of assignment variable? Variable equal to expression. That expression may be A equal to B plus C is an expression. Expression is a combination of operator and operand. We can use either expression or it is a variable. So, or you can use the value also, A equal to 10. This is also correct statement for assignment operator. Not only that, we can use other type of operators like a Boolean operator. Boolean operators always returns true values, that is either true or it is a false. For example, A less than B. A equal to 10, B equal to 20. A less than B, 10 less than 20. Condition true. It returns as a true value. Or 1. 1 for true, 0 for false. And also it's supporting logical operators. We can use logical operators in the case of pseudocode. What are the logical operators means? As, and, or, not. And, or, not. These are called as a logical operator. And relational operators, that is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, equal, and then not equal. All these relational operators are also used in the conventions in the pseudocode of the algorithm. Next one, we can use arrays also, but arrays we have to specify the index. So that index means we can use the square bracket, A of 10. What is the meaning of A of 10 means it can store 10 elements in the array. 10 elements in the array. But the starting value of the array starts from A of 0. We can use single dimensional arrays and also we can use multi-dimensional. Multi-dimensional means 2 or 3. It is also supported in the pseudocode. But in the case of so arrays also we can use with the help of the square bracket. The array starting index is 0. We can use either single dimensional array or it is a multi-dimensional array. Next, then we can use input and output. Input for reading the values from the keyboard, for output for displaying the values on the screen. But in the case of pseudocode, for input we can use the statement called read. For output we can use the statement as write. Read for input statement, write for output statement. We can also use some conditional statements such as if then. If A less than 10, write A is less, else write A is more. So like that we can use if else statement or if then else statement are also used. Okay, if else or it is a if then else statements are also used in the case of pseudocode. So these are the 10 rules we are going to follow for the expressing an algorithm in the form of pseudocode. First step is algorithm consisting of heading and body. Then second one is every statement inside the body should be enclosed in flower braces. Each statement in the body is end with semicolon. We can use single line comment, identifiers, assignment operators, then Boolean operators, logical operators, relational operators, and also array indexes. Input and output we can use conditional statement, and also we can use while statement. While statement is also supported in the pseudocode. Then do while. In the state of do while we can use repeat until. Repeat until. It is also supported in the case of pseudocode. So all these statements, all these rules we are going to follow for expressing an algorithm. Let us look at some examples how to write the pseudocode. So with the help of the given problem statement. Write an algorithm to count the sum of n numbers. It is the problem statement. So we are going to write a problem statement in the form of pseudocode. So what is the step 1 or it is the rule 1? Algorithm start with the keyword called algorithm. Then second one is the name of the procedure, means name of the algorithm is sum and takes the parameters. So we need two parameters. One is 1, another one is n. 1 comma n are the two parameters. This is the first rule. Then open result equal to 0. So that is the initially the value will be don't know. That's why the result is initialized as a 0. So for that we can use the assignment operator. Every statement end with semicolon. Every statement end with semicolon. For example, I want to find the sum of 5 numbers. Sum of 5 numbers. Initially what is the result value? Result equal to 0. Then for I equal to 1 to n. For I equal to 1 to n means I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. This is the meaning of this statement. I equal to 1 to n means I equal to 1. Initialization, I less than or equal to n is the condition. I plus plus means it is the increment. So do I equal to I plus I. That means what we are going to do, we need to calculate from 1 to n numbers. And if the condition is true, then calculate result equal to result plus 1. Result equal to result plus I. That is the I value here. Like that, this loop is repeated. These are called as a body of the statements. Every statement inside the body end with a delimiter called semicolon. Delimiter. Then these statements must be written inside the statements with the help of the opening brace and the closing brace. So this is the example of pseudocode. This is the example of pseudocode. The same thing we are going to convert in the form of programming language. That may be either C language or it is a C++ or Java. Whatever the programming language we are going to use, we have to convert this pseudocode in the form of programming language. Second example, an algorithm to check whether the given number is even or odd. How to write by using if then else statement. If then else statement. Algorithm, that is the first keyword. Even odd. Even odd is the name of the procedure or name of the algorithm. N. N is a parameter. How many parameters are required for check whether the number is even or odd? Only one number. So we are taking only one parameter. So then what is the condition for even or odd? If the number is divisible by 2 and the remainder is 0, then the number is even. Otherwise number is odd. So how to write this statement in the form of pseudocode? If n modulo division of 2 equal to 0. So that n is, we are going to take that value from the keyboard and you are doing the calculation and take the remainder. Remainder is 0. Then instead of print, we can use write. For output, we can use write. The output statement is written by using the keyword called write. Write given number is even. Then write given number is even. If that condition is not satisfied, then go to the else statement. So, write given number is odd. Inside each and every statement, it is end with semicolon. If then else statement. If then else statement is written like this format in the case of pseudocode. So, this is the body of the statement. The body of the statements are enclosed in opening and closing braces. Let us look at one more example. Multiplication of two matrices. Okay. So, for the multiplication of two matrices, we need, so input is two matrices A, B or the two matrices. Algorithm is the keyword. Mul is the name of the algorithm. then A, B are the two matrices, n for the number of values you are going to take from the input. Then, so first for loop is repeated for n times, second for loop is also repeated for n times. Initially C of ij equal to 0. Then k equal to 1 to n means C of ij value is calculated by using the formula. First one is, suppose if you want to calculate C of 0, 0. C of 0, 0 equal to C of 0, 0 plus A of 0, 0 plus B of 0, 0. We are going to take the values from n values. N is nothing but how many number of rows, how many number of columns. N equal to 2 means there is 2 rows and 2 columns. Matrix A consisting of 2 rows and 2 columns. Matrix B also consisting of 2 rows and 2 columns. We are going to take 1 into 1. C of 0, 0 is nothing but the initial value of C of 0, 0 is 0 plus A of 0, 0 means the first element. This position is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Then what about B matrix? B 0, 0, B 1, 1, B 0, 1, B 1, 0, B 1, 1. So take these two values and do the calculation. This process is repeated. So how to write the matrix multiplication? We can take the matrices A and B are the two input matrices and the result is stored in the matrix C, and we can write all the statements inside the body of the statement. This is enclosed in the flower braces. Every statement, so the loops are not repeat, loops are not end with any semicolon. We are not going to keep any semicolon at the end of the loop, but apart from that, remaining all the statements end with the delimiter. So this is another example how to write the matrix multiplication in the form of pseudocode. In the form of pseudocode, we are not representing the entire description, just we have tried the brief description of about how to write an algorithm in the form of pseudocode. So what we discussed up to now is how to convert that pseudocode, how to convert the problem statement in the form of pseudocode. So pseudocode is one of the representation of an algorithm. That pseudocode consisting of like a English statement along with some programming language statement, programming language syntax. Both are to be combined together. That is the representation of the pseudocode. So we already discussed about so some rules and regulations for how to express a problem statement in the form of pseudocode along with the examples. Thank you.